I want to expose my past. I had a fear of every chemical. My dad died of cancer when I was 5. English teacher had me draw a topic out of a hat. Antibiotics in our meat supply. Hey, what's up? My name is Tara and I'm a self-taught cosmetic formulator. I've been posting on YouTube since December 13th, 2014. So I'm going on my 12th year creating content on YouTube. So I've been here for quite a while. There's a lot of old content of mine that is now hidden, and I want to expose my past. First, I want to mention that I am creating this video specifically as an introduction to my new series I want to do. It's my Truth Serum series where I talk to you guys about the truth behind topics in the beauty industry. This is a topic I've been wanting to get into for a while now, but I wasn't in a good mental space for the past 3 years to do that, and I think finally I am. So my story goes back to 2011. I was a senior in high school, and my English teacher had me draw a topic out of a hat. The topic was antibiotics in our meat supply, and I had to write an essay on this. This is something I've never heard of before, and my best friend got BPA in plastic. 2011, I've never heard topics like this discussed, so it opened me up to a new land. Let's just call it that. It's a land, and you get stuck there. Maybe an island, deserted island. Okay, I'm getting too ahead of myself. Anyway, I went down a rabbit hole. To make the story short, I ended up basically scared of everything. I couldn't even wash my hands or body in tap water. I specifically only wanted to live places with well water, which luckily was really easy for me because I live in the country. And that's because I had a huge fear of formaldehyde. I had a fear of literally every chemical. I obviously went vegetarian after the antibiotics in our meat supply essay was written, and obviously I started avoiding plastic after reading my best friend's essay. I was spiraling. Then my best friend's mom gave me a book. This is where things really got dark. Natural Cures They Don't Want You to Know About. I haven't reread this book since I first read it, and I will never read it again, and I don't recommend you reading it. The author of this book, I'm pretty sure, also does not have a very good background himself, and this isn't a trustworthy book. Essentially, don't quote me on this because it's been so long since I've read it, and I might be mixing it up with a lot of other false information I've read online over the years. But essentially, this book makes you scared of everything in the world and makes you think that you can even cure yourself of cancer, which, by the way, my dad died of cancer when I was 5, so I do have a very close relationship with people trying to self-treat themselves with cancer. Like, can't really do that. I myself have went through a health history over the past 3 years myself and have battled with doctors. So I know what it's like to be in a situation where you feel helpless, where you feel like you have all these health issues and every doctor is failing you. So I know exactly what that feels like. I've been there. Around 2012 to probably maybe 2000, I'd have to go back on my YouTube channel to see when I finally quit thinking this way. But let's say, I think it was around 2016. It was probably 2012 to 2016. I refused to wear makeup. I refused to use traditional cosmetics. This is where I started making my own products. Essentially, I would go on Pinterest and just find any recipe of arrowroot powder and baking soda and coconut oil and mix it together. And that was my deodorant. That was my toothpaste. I also added xylitol into that. Honestly, all of these old recipes like this, I have old YouTube videos of because I used to promote this stuff. I also even used to sell products like this on my Etsy shop so long ago. I have a huge BO issue. I've talked about this a lot. Yeah, those natural deodorants irritate the crap out of my armpits. I can't use those. And yeah, guys, I tried detoxing for a couple years, not using any deodorant, any chemicals at all in my armpits. I still sweated and still stunk horribly, even after detoxing forever. Detoxing armpits don't work. Oh, and don't even get me started on my brother. Okay, me and my older brother went down this rabbit hole. He was so far into it, he legit owned land in the middle of nowhere and built his own home with his own hands. You know how I was Googling teaching myself how to make cosmetics? He was busy Googling teaching himself how to build a house, how to rig up solar panels to power his whole home. He got a well dug. He had someone else dig it, of course, because he couldn't do it. It was too intense. He had to pay someone for that. But he had a well dug, rigged it up to his home. He made his own shower. He legit lived off the grid with no chemicals for what, like 12 years? He's back to society now. But I'm telling you, me and my brother were intensely down this everything needs to be natural, everything has to be chemical free rabbit hole. Like, if that doesn't tell you enough of how intensely we were into this, I don't know what will. Because there are so many, all I get online these days are posts about people scared of some new chemical. Well, I'm gonna break it to you, everything is a chemical, even water. Learning this is what broke me out of this turmoil, this dark, dark hole I was in, and it was a dark hole. This could be a whole other tangent, but I deal with mental health a lot. It's something I've actually admitted to myself over the past couple years, that I really do actually deal with depression. And this was one of the things that triggered a really deep, dark depression for me. I got down a dark hole because I felt like everywhere I was going, I was just absorbing chemicals and everything was bad for me. You go outside, there's chemtrails. You go inside and there's other chemicals. Like, I don't know, dude, I've been down it all. I know all the conspiracy theories. I believed it all at one point. So that's why I started making my own products, right? Then learning about making the products, I learned about science. Honestly, probably what really got me started is the Swift Crafty Monkey blog, which I referenced her blog every single video when I first started making, not when I first started making videos, because obviously I was doing the ridiculous coconut oil, arrowroot powder, deodorant type formula recipes. But then when I started actually learning about preservatives and stuff, it was thanks to Susan's blog. And I always credited her in those videos when I started using preservatives. Like, honestly, Susan, thank you. You saved me from going down that rabbit hole of thinking chemicals are bad. You were the pipeline that got me to the safety place. It was like, I remember one day I was trying to learn how to make like a real lotion rather than just mixing oils together because my skin couldn't handle that. It was too much emollient, occlusive. I needed some humectants. I needed some water-based ingredients in my lotion. And that's where I found her blog, where I found how to make lotion, a real lotion. That's where I learned about preservatives. And I'm like, oh, because I could go off on another story here. I remember a clay mask with water and I sold it to a customer. It was a custom product and they got it and it molded. Like, I'd been there. I've sold products to people, they molded. She was cool with it. Obviously I refunded her money and stuff like that. But that was like forever ago. But like, I've been there. I sold products without preservatives. I know what it's like to be scared of preservatives, okay? But you need them, okay? So thank you, Susan, Swift Crafty Monkey. That's where I learned how to formulate, in case you're like new here and you don't know that. Thanks to her, I started realizing it's the percentage that makes the poison. And I also started realizing, wow, all these like just natural ingredients don't make the best products. Like, these are not like pleasant to use. So as I got more into synthetics, or just, I guess, ingredients that somebody might not be able to pronounce on an ingredient list, so they think it's a chemical and it's bad for you, but really it's actually like a natural derived ingredient, you know, stuff like that. I started using things like that and my products got amazing. I felt so much more confident in the products I made and I wanted more people to try them. And this is really when I got more serious about my business. I guess I'm not really going into full detail about my past because there was a point where I like really got deep into the depression and I was like, I'm gonna travel the country for an entire month. Actually, I wanted to do it longer than a month, so I like quit my job and I was like, hey boyfriend, I'm leaving whether you're coming with me or not. And he's like, I'm gonna come with you. And I'm like, okay. So we both just like traveled the country for a while. I used to have the vlogs up on my YouTube channel, but those are all hidden. Let me know if you've been here since then. But yeah, so I went on that cross-country journey, and when I did that, that's when I realized, like, Tara, I don't want a traditional job. I want to just keep making, because I was making YouTube videos at the time, obviously, but I wanted to like rebrand my whole entire channel about to be strictly formulating, because I was just doing it here and there. And I wanted to like make my business go hand in hand with my YouTube channel. And that's truly when Tara Lee was born. That's probably when you started following me. So that might be why you don't remember when I used to make all the like super natural, like not very good formulas, because that was like before I even did my cross-country trip. That cross-country trip really transformed me, and it helped me become the person I am today. Honestly, like picking up and dropping your entire life and going wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do, it truly gives you a lot of power, and it makes you truly take your own life in your hands, and it makes you think, wow, I can do anything. So that's really what sparked the inspiration to really try hard with YouTube. And it's crazy because now I'm here years later, and this is actually my job, it's my career, and it's a dream career, and I love it. Is that the end of the story? I think that might be the end of the story. I really just wanted to sit down and tell you guys, like, I've been there. I've been scared of chemicals. The truth is, it's the percentage that makes a poison, and I'm going to continue talking about this topic more into the series. I'll talk about individual ingredients, formaldehydes, parabens, titanium dioxide. I didn't know people were scared of that. Apparently people are terrified of it. Don't worry, you don't need to be. But yeah, so if there's anything you guys want me to specifically talk about in this series, let me know. I have a lot to say because this is truly something I have like personal connection with, because like everybody in my life basically now thinks the way I used to think 10 years ago. Not everybody, I'm being very dramatic. Like my best friend obviously doesn't think that way. Like the people I really try to surround myself with daily don't think that way. But there is a huge handful of people who I see regularly because, you know, they're family, and they don't believe in science. They are still scared of chemtrails. Things I can't say. Just stuff I can't say, guys. It's bad. People really need to start listening to the professionals and understand that you don't need to be fearing everything in the world. Yeah, there is things out there trying to trick you, but what you really need to think is, where's the money going? Who's making the profit? Because that's what matters. Most of the time when someone's trying to make you scared of something, it's because they're trying to sell you something themselves. Just trust me, I've been there, done that, did the natural stuff, made me other things more unhealthy by trying to be more natural. It's all a balance. I'm not saying like every single thing is good for you, obviously. It's the percentage that makes a poison. If you have too much water, you'll die. You know how many times people have died from water? Am I going to tell you water is bad for you? No. It's the same thing. Like fire can be bad. Fire is dangerous, but also thanks to fire, we have basically created everything. It's about a balance. You gotta have a balance. That's all I'm trying to say. And everything's a chemical, even water. You don't need to be scared of chemicals. It's a percentage that makes a poison. All right, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed my new mix-up of Vlogmas. You guys didn't seem to be enjoying the makeup, so I'm just gonna do whatever I want. All right. Talk to you tomorrow.
Also, don't forget to go over and check out my Patreon, where I post 2 exclusive videos every single month. So there is a ton of videos you can go over and binge watch for only $5 a month. Also, if you don't have access to Patreon in your country, you can sign up as a YouTube member instead. If you sign up for the $10 tier on my Patreon, you get a shout out for your small business. I'll have all these brands linked below. naturesmagicllc.com. From Dusk Soapery on Etsy, LloydCandleCompany.com, HB Royal Retreat Store on Etsy, NaturesFarmGirl.com, Let's Blend LLC, at Stardust Bath and Body, HempyGirl.com, ShopLevi's.com, Owl and Lily over on Etsy, Skin Lounge Co. over on Etsy, BlackPetalBeauty.com, EmbraceBeautyEssentials.com, LegendaryBathAndBody.com, AstariApothecary.com, Reviga Cosmetics here on YouTube, XoreBB.com, PardoNaturals.com, NaturalStateSkin.com, TheNatureInUs.ca, NearCatalier.com. Use the code on the screen for 20% off. EarthAndAmberNaturals.com, SharkCityNaturals.com, DayToRelaxProducts.com, CrownedGloryLLC.com, LH Scented Soaps and More.com, JanaeRose.com, Health Nut Beauty on Etsy, VelvetTemptations.com, JourneyRoseBeauty.com, CHRBrands.com, Homestead Life Goods on Etsy, PenellaBathAndBody.com, MadhouseMamaSoaps.com, Expo.com, Mystical Morning on Etsy, 7th House and Oak on Etsy, and MyCrownAndGlory.com. Thank you so much for you guys' support. Without you guys over on Patreon, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So thank you so much.